We all have this picture in our heads of what a successful project is, right? It's on time, it's under budget. But what if I told you that by that simple measure, one of the most famous, most beloved buildings in the entire world was a total epic failure? Well, today, we're going to rethink the entire rulebook for what makes a project a winner.
So let me ask you, what's the first thing that pops into your head when you hear successful project? For almost everyone, it's hitting those deadlines, it's staying in the green on the budget. But as we're about to find out, that's really just scratching the surface of the story. And to really get why, let's dive into a case study that I love to call a glorious failure.
Just look at the Sydney Opera House. The original plan, a 5-year project for about $7 million. The reality, it took 16 years and ballooned to over $100 million. I mean, by any traditional standard, that's a disaster, right? A complete catastrophe. And yet, who on earth thinks of it that way now? It's a global icon, a masterpiece.
See, the problem is that the traditional definition of success is based on this rigid idea called the triple constraint. It's super simple. Were you on time, on budget, and did you deliver the agreed upon scope? If you can check all 3 boxes, you win. Well, the Sydney Opera House doesn't just fail this test, it absolutely blows it to pieces. So this raises a really, really critical question. If our classic definition of success can't explain why we all consider the Sydney Opera House a triumph, then what are we missing? It's pretty clear we need a new way to think about this, one that goes way beyond just time and budget. And hey, this isn't just my opinion. The source material for this explainer says it flat out. Just sticking to the triple constraint, well, it's not enough anymore. We need a new model for this new era of projects. The old scorecard, it just doesn't cut it. Okay, so what does this new way of thinking actually look like? Well, it's a huge shift. We're moving away from just focusing on short-term efficiency and looking towards long-term strategic success. Instead of only asking, did we finish on time and on budget, we start asking bigger, better questions, like, did this project create real lasting value? Did it make a positive impact on our customer? Did it help grow the business? And maybe most importantly, did it prepare us for what's coming next? And this leads us right to the heart of it all, a brand new scorecard for project success, one that gives us this rich, multidimensional view of a project's real, total impact.
So this new model breaks success down into 5 key areas. Now, we've still got project efficiency. Yep, that's your classic time and budget. It still matters. But then we add 4 more crucial dimensions: the impact on the customer, the impact on the team, the direct business success it generated, and finally, how the project prepared the entire organization for the future.
Now, what's so important to understand here is that these aren't just 5 separate boxes you tick off a list. No, they're all interconnected pieces of a bigger puzzle. A project's total value is this blend of its efficiency, its effect on customers and the team, its business results, and its future readiness. It's a complete, holistic view. But it gets even smarter. This model actually recognizes that the definition of success isn't some fixed, static thing. It actually changes depending on when you're looking at it. So let's take the long view for a second. The big idea here is that what you call a success on the day of the launch is going to be very, very different from how you see that same project 5 years later. The weight you give to each of those 5 dimensions actually evolves over time. This chart here illustrates it perfectly. Right at the beginning, at launch, what's everybody focused on? Efficiency. Were we on time? Were we on budget? But as time goes on, those questions start to fade into the background. What really matters in the long run is the project's lasting business impact and how it set the company up for the future. Just think back to the Sydney Opera House. No one talks about the budget today. And there's one more layer to this. This new scorecard also adapts based on the type of project you're working on, specifically how new or uncertain it is. So this chart shows us that for a pretty standard, low uncertainty project, let's say building a cookie-cutter office building, efficiency is king. You're judged on hitting your numbers. But for a high uncertainty, really innovative project, like developing a brand new technology that's never existed before, the most important success factor is preparing for the future. In those cases, creating new knowledge and opening up new opportunities is way more valuable than sticking to some initial budget you probably guessed at anyway. All right, so let's wrap this up. What are the big takeaways here? First, and most importantly, we have got to move beyond the old triple constraint. Project success is a strategic idea, not just a tactical one. To really measure it, we need to look across all 5 of those dimensions: efficiency, customer, team, business, and the future. And always remember, the importance of each of these changes depending on the project's timeline and its level of risk. This new framework really gives us a much more powerful and, frankly, more realistic way to understand the true value of the work we do. It's a total game changer. So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Now that you have a new scorecard, how will you measure success?